Hello, I'm Fran Osseo-Asare of BETUMI, the African Culinary Network. I'm really excited today for a couple of reasons. The first one is that Dr. Nana Ntee from Penn State University has agreed to demonstrate for us the proper technique for making Ghana-style fufu in the microwave using instant mashed potatoes and potato starch. These are the ingredients that many of us for years have used on the stovetop. Those of us outside of Ghana, particularly in the United States, who don't have access to a mortar and pestle. For years we've made it on the stovetop, stirring for, 10 or 15 minutes to make our fufu. And now that microwave ovens are so easily available, many of us have shifted over to making our fufu in the microwave. As you may recall on my blog about a year ago, a visitor from Australia demonstrated to me, and now that's how I make all of my fufu. However, I don't use the potato buds and the potato starch. I generally use the instant fufu flour, either the plantain or the cocoyam flour that's imported. And while Nana, of course, can use those, she has the technique down on preparing it using the potato starch and potato buds. When I do it, it tends to be very lumpy and I end up throwing it out, and that's happened several times. So I asked Nana if she would let us come into her kitchen and watch her so that we can see the proportions, the stirring techniques, the timing, exactly what she does, and learn from her. The second reason that I'm excited is that there have been a couple of requests, for several requests actually, for some video added to our podcasts. And so we're experimenting today. You have to see my talking head because I have an eyesight camera built into my computer, which allows me to talk to you directly instead of just having an audio portion of this. And more importantly, though we don't have a proper video camera, our digital camera will allow short clips, video clips, and we have taken some of those of Nana in the kitchen, and we're going to be using those to illustrate what we're talking about today. You have to realize this is experimental and we're just starting, so there's some annoying audio sounds of the clicking of the camera that we couldn't erase, and we will work towards getting better quality video. But as they say in Ghana, half a loaf is better than no bread at all, and I think you're going to get more than half a loaf watching Nana make her fufu. So we want to thank her very much for her willingness to come and share with us.
Nana, thank you so much for agreeing to let us come into your home and watch you as you're making your fufu. Would you mind just introducing yourself? Tell our listeners where you're from, how long you've been in the U.S., and how long you've been making fufu here, and how long you've been making microwave fufu here.
I have been in the United States for about 20 years now.
That long? Oh my gosh.
Yes, and I have been making fufu ever since I came here. I used to make it on the stove top, but about 10 years ago, I went to a friend's house and she made fufu for us. My family and I went there. She made fufu for us using the microwave, and I saw how easy it was, and I adopted that method. It's very easy to make it in the microwave, and that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years.
Oh, okay, so you use potato starch and potato buds, but you also sometimes use the actual fufu flour. Is that right?
When I get the actual fufu flour, I use it, but normally I use the potato buds and the potato starch.
Nana was actually telling me earlier when I was asking her to bring the things to bring today, she said there are two different styles basically in the instant potatoes. One is more of a flake kind of a potato, and one is more of the buds, which are a little bit different than the flakes. Isn't that right?
The flakes is like what you would normally buy at the grocery to make mashed potatoes. Then there's another kind that is a bit dense. It's closer to the instant fufu, but it's potato starch. And so you can use that also.
Right. And
but that is a bit harder to find. So it's easier to go to the grocery and just get the flakes.
Well, I went to a giant grocery store in town and just picked up the potato starch flour I found on the shelves and the Giant brand of instant mashed potatoes. So we'll experiment with those and see how it works out, okay? um, let's see. I think, well, why don't we just go on into the kitchen now and start cooking, okay?
Good.